sharp slide in the Nifty. Suddenly, we were holding above 16,400 from the top of the trading session. There has been close to about a 50-point knock on the Nifty. Let's get that intraday chart up for you. You could see the rise that took place 30 minutes ago, and now suddenly we've given that up. Stocks which are under pressure, Grasim was in the green, and there has been a vertical slide in Grasim, so the stock is completely flattened out. Apart from that, you can also see some profit booking visible in Maruti. Britannia is virtually at the low point of the day. You can see Sun Pharma. A couple of stocks are seeing a little bit of profit booking. The stock which is right now on our radar is Sandur Manganese. It's down close to about 13–14% in trade, and that's on the back of the announcements which are impacting the entire commodity complex. The company also came out with numbers last week, and the numbers look good. We're now joined by the management of the company, Mr. Bahirji Ghorpade, who is the managing director at Sandur Manganese. Mr. Ghorpade, afternoon, and thanks so much for joining in. This is Rima here. First, if you could tell us how you get impacted by the announcements which have taken place over the weekend.
Good afternoon. First of all, thank you for having me for this interaction. There have been two back-to-back significant announcements. One was on Friday by the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court, by its order, has eased the restrictions on export of iron ore and pellets from Karnataka. That was a major announcement for us who operate our mines in Karnataka. At the same time, on Sunday, we got an update with regard to imposing of duties on exports, and mainly exports of iron ore, steel, and even coke.
Right.
And at the same time, there have been some duty reduction in import of coking coal, which is definitely a positive development. However, these other developments are very significant for our industry.
So, Mr. Ghorpade, what would the pricing impact be? There has been a duty increase on iron ore exports. There has been a duty increase on coking coal imports as well. There has been a cut in import duty there. All of this, what would the impact on pricing be for you?
Coking coal duty cut of about 2.5% is a welcome announcement, which reduces 2.5% on our cost. However, at the same time, coke import duty also has been reduced by 5%, which is a very significant number, considering the coking coal prices presently being around $600 CFR India, and 5% is a significant amount.
So, aren't you selling coking coal? It is one of the, coke and energy is one of the segments. So, if the prices go down, would it be negative for you?
It will be definitely negative, and it is also a challenging situation for us, considering we sell our entire coke in the open market, and we do not have any captive consumption facility as of now. So the cost impact is going to be very significant.
And the cost impact should be about 2.5% on coke?
Yeah, net it is 2.5%, but then there are other factors also that can influence, because we are also seeing some imports of coke which have gone up in the recent say week 10 days, which means that there is a lot more coke coming into the market. So we have to compete with those costs also, which is a challenging situation.
So for all your products, can you tell us your expectation of how pricing will get impacted on iron ores, ferroalloys, as well as on coke?
See, as of now, with regard to our mineral products, which is iron ore and manganese ore, it's been close to more than a decade where Karnataka minerals have been subject to e-auctioning system, and there has been a price discovery mechanism which has been existing. However, now after more than a decade, we have got the opportunity to export and also get into direct contracts. But I would say that it will take some more time, say about a couple of months, because the modalities of operation in the current situation is still not so much clear, and it will take some time to settle down.
Okay.
So currently we are, I'm not in a very good position to tell you what is the exact impact, but the duties which are being imposed, that is something which really creates a difficult situation for exports.
Mr. Ghorpade, one important question again also is, since you cannot talk about pricing scenario now, but something that you can talk about is your rights issue. You had announced it a while back at 10 rupees per share versus the market price then, that it is at 4,500 rupees per share. Why such a big divergence? And can you also tell us what is the date for your rights issue, and how many of your shareholders are actually inactive, and how much would promoters go ahead and subscribe to?
Yeah, thank you for asking this question. This is something, since our announcement, there have been a lot of apprehensions. At the same time, there have been positive feedback also we have been receiving. See, if you look at FY22, we have it is the best year in the history of the company, and we thought this is a right time to reward the long-standing shareholders and reward all the shareholders, and they should get an equal opportunity. So with this intention to maximize shareholders' value, we announced this rights issue. And when it comes to the promoters do not have any intention to take undue advantage, and everybody gets equal rights. And if you look at it, the current promoter holding is about 73%. And promoters will consider increasing the holding by another 2% maximum.
Okay, all right.
And at the same time, I would also like to add to say that there are about 12,000 shareholders presently. And if few shareholders are unable to exercise their rights, then it becomes difficult. However, in the larger interest, we have made this announcement. And the value that is being realized out of this rights issue is we plan to invest it in the wholly owned subsidiary as an equity investment, where we plan to set up our pellet production facility.
Right. Mr. Ghorpade, we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for joining in. The only concern is if you don't participate in the rights issue, then you stand to lose some of your value, given the big difference in the rights issue price as well as where the stock currently is. Well, on that note, we've run out of time on Midcap Radar. From the entire team, thank you for watching.